Okay, now this is podcasting. I'm your host, Macsrebo.
And I am your father,
Michael, a.k.a. Macsrebo's dad.
So here we are,
Yes.
episode 2.
Episode 2, I'm so happy.
Episode 2. Let's see if this one's better than the Star Wars episode 2.
There are Star Wars. Well, maybe there's like some Marvel and everything, like Fantastic Four or something like that.
I don't know. All right, so here we are, episode 2 of Mic'd Up with Macsrebo podcast.
Yay.
Okay, super excited.
Yeah, so this is like getting into the con life.
So getting into con, right? Getting into the con life.
Because like you always have to get prepared because like there's different things. If you're on like a big celebrities line on a Comic Con, you have to get like these seats and you sit on it because like your legs get tired when you're on that line for like hours and hours.
Well, the thing is, is that we've experienced as a family, we've experienced 4 or 5 years of going. I think 2020, the end of 2020 was our first ever con.
Yeah.
It was Mommy and I, our first con,
and my first con.
Your first con.
Never going to talk about that in our video.
We did not grow up going to Comic Cons.
Yeah, so that was the first one going as a family.
Yeah.
Because as in our first episode, we talked about the Clone Wars and how I loved it. And so my mom, she saw that Ashley Eckstein and Matt Lanter, those are
who's the voice of Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah,
and Anakin Skywalker.
Okay. And they were going to Rhode Island Comic Con, that's in Providence. And we have family in there. So we stayed at their house. And it was really fun just going to the con and everything. But
it was. And you know, we were very thankful that Mommy saw, you know, I don't know how really she came across it. I don't know how she was made aware of it, but basically saw that Ashley Eckstein is going to be at Rhode Island Comic Con. It was a 3-day, or it still is a 3-day event. We decided, just not knowing what's involved with going to a con, we bought tickets for 1 day because we wanted to, share the weekend with our family. Like you said, that we have family up in Rhode Island. So we know we wanted to go visit them and spend time with them. And being, from where we are in New York and the New York area, that it wasn't that far of a trip, but we wanted to make the most out of our trip. So we said, hey, what really, what could go on? How long would it take for us? Because our really only objective, our only purpose of really going and wanting to go there was to meet Ashley, get her autograph, and to meet Matt Lanter. Everything else was a bonus, right? So for us to go on their line, to wait on their line, to get their autograph, to meet them, that was the real priority. So that's why we also only got 1 day.
Too.
And the highlight, of course. So let's talk about, so, and I remember where, we go and we show up, and each con, we've now learned that every Comic Con is different. The layout is different. Because the venue is different.
They're from different companies, and also they're different, convention centers and all around.
Correct.
And they can be, different actors there. And so if it's, it matters how big the actor is and how, really not popular the actor is. Because usually they have, the bigger actors upstairs hidden away in, this closed-in area. And then all the, obviously not that much popular actors or have a booth.
Well, yes and no. It all depends, right? I think it depends on I guess it depends on the popularity and where they would be located, where they are, how much space you would need. So the first area we went to was inside the arena, the ice arena that's there, where they also play basketball, and they had a bunch of celebrities that were down there with, long straight lines. And we took a look there and we noticed that Ashley wasn't there. So then we saw that there was, it was all the live actors were down there. So then we decided to go we found that there was another location where they were at. So we go up there and we see where Ashley's line is. And that line was
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was like a zigzag.
Yeah, like a serpentine, right? They had tape on the ground. Where
that was like hours long.
It was hours long. What were you wearing? What was your fit for the day?
So my fit for that day was a Ahsoka bound. So it was a Her Universe sweatshirt that was like Ahsoka. And then I had like these long boots that kind of look like Ahsoka boots. And so I had like no lightsaber, so I was doing like force poses and everything. And I had no makeup on my skin, and now I do.
Yep, no cosplay makeup.
Yeah, no headpieces like the one behind Dad.
Yep.
Scooch over. So
exactly. That one there. Which is her iconic one that she wears now.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, because we weren't cosplaying.
Yeah, we didn't even know about cosplay.
Right. So talk a little bit more about bounding.
So bounding is like, it's not really cosplaying, but you dress like similar to the character. Like I did a Hera bound. I had like my hair back in 2 braids because Hera has 2, I don't know what you call it, like headpiece type things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they were hair pieces, right? They were
what? Monstrals, I think.
Yes. Okay.
And so I had 2 braids down. She wears goggles, so I had goggles. I wore her jacket, her jacket in the Ahsoka series, a bomber jacket, well, similar. And then I had orange pants. Instead of putting all the green makeup and everything, putting the gloves on, that was a Hera bound, really.
So bounding is wearing an outfit.
Yeah.
With accessories.
That represents the character.
That represents the character.
Like, if I wear an Ahsoka, like, a jacket that has, like, her patterns, or like her blue and white striping, that's bounding, really. If you like have something like the character but not as like the character. So
right. So not Leia, a screen accurate representation.
For Leia, let's say for like the New Hope Leia, I can have my hair back in ponies, like pigtails, and then have just a white sweatshirt and a white skirt to really bound as New Hope Leia.
Okay.
So really it's just similar to their outfit and like wearing something that shows that's their character.
Okay. And people of all ages bound, right?
Yeah.
So they don't always, if cosplay is not their thing, if they're not,
they just wear something to show their spirit.
Show their spirit. I love that.
Yeah, to show the character's spirit.
Okay.
Or like if you wear a Star Wars jersey or something, like a Star Wars spirit jersey, that's really showing, I would say, kind of bounding, really. It's showing the spirit.
Okay.
Because it's a spirit jersey.
Gotcha.
Get it?
Got it. So that day, you wore a shirt from Her Universe.
Yes. Her Universe is Ashley's company that has a whole bunch of different outfits. Like, not really outfits, like tops.
It's apparel and accessories, and they have bags and pins, and I think they have a lot of wide
necklaces.
Yep.
And outfits.
For a certain period of time, they had an exclusive Funko Pop.
Yes.
That was on there. So
that?
We did.
Yeah.
We got that at a con, right? Because Her Universe had a booth at Boston Fan Expo.
That's later.
Yeah,
but
that's
we have to
on.
talk about the past.
Right. We want to talk about the first ever con, which is this Rhode Island Comic Con that we're talking about.
We weren't prepared. Well, you guys weren't prepared.
Well, no, we were prepared, but we underestimated it. We underestimated how large this was, how involved it was.
And how popular she was.
But one thing that we learned, a very valuable thing I believe that we learned while we were waiting on that line, was that Ashley Eckstein is one who takes so much time. She does not rush her
She takes time
fans.
with her fans. And
she takes time with her fans.
That's why it's so long.
She talks to them.
Like, even though it's long, it's worth the wait.
It's absolutely worth the wait.
Sometimes because we were party of 3, you would like wait online, and I would go see like like these groups, the 501st, Rebel Legion, or Lightsaber Guild,
right?
While we're online for future cons.
Well, and then you also need to have time to go to the bathroom, and if you
Yes.
needed to get a refreshment or whatever.
So
But
that's why I kind of always bring friends so they can like hold your spot online.
as
It
long
was
as
a
you're
long
one
line.
group, as long as you're part of the group, right?
Yeah.
So I remember while we were waiting on this line, and again, it wasn't just a straight line back; it was a zigzag.
It was like boop,
right?
boop, boop,
And
boop,
I remember there was 1 or 2 times where she would peek through people.
Yeah.
And she saw you and she waved at you.
And also when we made it, she's like, there she is.
That you finally made it.
You made it.
Yeah.
I didn't know which one because she always says so, Sue.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super fun seeing her. And
it was what I loved also was how, the thing is that Ashley's the first celebrity you've ever met.
Yes.
Right. So here you are.
And now we're like besties.
Now you're besties. Right. So this is towards the end of 2020. Right. As things were opening back up after, COVID.
Yeah.
And after the lockdowns. So you are maybe 5, I think, at this point.
So I was, let me do the math.
Yeah. So you were 5 at this point.
Yeah, I was 5.
And, we knew that you could stay on the lines because you were a trooper through Disney and everything. So we knew that waiting it's similar to waiting. It could be similar to waiting online for a Disney ride. Yeah, exactly. So you get up there and you see her and you see the banner that's behind her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the banner behind her has the character Ahsoka on it. There's actually 1 or 2 versions because of the Rebels. The Rebels has a different look.
And there's like this, also there's like, I think it's Star Wars Forces of Destiny. I have a figure right there that I got her to sign.
Okay, yeah.
So that's a different, like, animated version of Ahsoka. They have a young Ahsoka, which I have my doll right there. Then there's, like, the Rebels-looking Ahsoka. There's that Clone Wars-looking Ahsoka. Then there's a Rebels-looking Ahsoka. But it's in a different animation. They're just in different outfits.
Right, and they had these different things. So you knew that, okay, this is the, the voice actor. But what I thought was awesome was that when you finally got up there, right? She said, "Does this sound familiar?" And she said a line.
You stuck with me, Sky Guy.
Exactly. In Ahsoka's voice.
And so I'm like, oh my God. In my mind. Oh. Yeah.
But it was a great experience, wasn't it?
There's something that it's when so for voice actors, I don't see what they look like. And I was like, okay with them. But in the future, I met Ewan McGregor, and he bowed down and he said, hello there. I was waving my hand, like shaking my hand. And I'm like, I didn't say a peep.
And what was the difference with that one?
Because you saw his face and you recognize him, you know him as Obi-Wan or any other character that you know him from. And I'm like, oh, hi.
Right? And you absolutely froze, especially when he said hello there.
Yeah, he's like, hello there.
So we, and
there's a photo right there. I took with him.
And we met some great people waiting online for Ashley. And there was...
Ashley, yeah.
And there was one guy that was behind us that was dressed as a Jedi.
I think a Vader's Volt lightsaber.
A Vader's Volt lightsaber,
That's like really expensive.
Yes.
And so I was 5... And I took a picture with Ashley holding the Vader Volt lightsaber.
He asked you if you would like to hold it.
For the photo.
Because
I had no lightsabers at the time. I wasn't really in costume that I needed a lightsaber. So he gave me a Vader's Volt lightsaber.
I kind of blame that moment.
Why?
Because we did not have any replica lightsabers at that point.
And now I have like...
47.
Wait, 47? What?
We have 47.
Including the theory sabers?
Yes.
And the Disney sabers?
Yes.
And the other sabers? I forgot their name.
Yes.
They're, what?
We're at 47 right now.
47?
47. We ran out of wall space.
I want to get up to 66.
And then what? And then never get any other one again?
Well, maybe
or
one.
Or do you sell one every time you want to buy one?
No. And maybe after 66, we get one more and we get 67.
67.
67.
All right. So,
yeah.
And then, okay, so then for the picture, right? And
so, Matt, we wanted to take a photo before he met
And Matt's booth was right next to Ashley.
And so he comes over for the photo.
Well, Matt was on his lunch break. Right. And I remember that we went on his line after taking a picture with Ashley, but then we wanted to get a duo picture with them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we wanted to get a dual selfie with them.
So, well, actually, we saw, now we're like friends now. So after we went off of Ashley's line, I saw this person that dressed up as Ahsoka, and now we're friends.
Well, we didn't even get to that yet.
No, what?
I don't think it was there yet.
I think it was there.
Okay. So
I think it was there because we left Ashley and then we went over there.
And while we were waiting for...
Because we had to go down and we saw her, took a picture, and then we went on a mass line.
Right, correct. Okay. So you saw Rachel.
Rachel. And what's her handle? Check your phone.
My phone's recording.
Oh, go upstairs and go to Mom's phone. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll check back on that.
Yeah, we put it in the bio.
Yeah.
Of this video.
So,
but yeah, she was dressed as Ahsoka. Orange paint
cosplay. Yep, cosplay. Yep.
Ahsoka cosplay.
Serious cosplay too, right?
She had orange face paint all over her face and neck.
All over her face, and then she was wearing a fabric on her arms and legs so that it would match the same orange.
Yeah, then she had the white markings.
Yep. She
she
looked at that and you were just like,
I'm like, what the heck? What? She's dressed as Ahsoka, and so I wanted to take a photo, and now I blame that too because that was my first con, and I wanted to take a picture. Now every single con, Mom, take a picture. Mom, take a picture. Oh, look at this cosplay. Can I take a picture with it? So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let's go back to right because you took a quick picture with her, but then we ended up meeting up. We ended up seeing Rachel later on, but let's go back to you waiting. Now we're waiting in line for Matt.
Yes.
Okay.
And
we were one of the first ones because he was on his lunch.
Yeah, and so usually there's a person there, like their handler, and it has like the thing that be right back, and they're like, oh, and then they like called him.
I think they called him and say, hey, we know you're on lunch. Just whenever you get done, you have a line. You have people that are lined up for you. And I remember he came and he said hi to you.
And usually for Comic Con, you need a lanyard so you can like put your card in or like.
You need you usually get a lanyard and kids get wristbands.
But I still had the lanyard.
Okay.
Or did Mom wear the lanyard?
I think she wore the lanyard. But the at that point, you didn't even have any socials yet. So we didn't have.
We didn't have that.
Right.
The QR code.
So going back to then, you're getting ready, and we want to take a group photo.
Group photo, yes.
Right? So when Ashley was done with her fan that was in front of her, she then paused her line, joined us, and first, go ahead.
So we talked a little. She's like, hi again. And we were having a conversation. And I'm going to where you guys are. Where Matt is, you're in between Matt. And so Matt puts a hand on Mom, pretend you're Mom.
Puts it around Mom, right? And we all do our little, right? We all get close.
Yeah,
and then right.
And then Ashley's like, let's do a force pose. And Mom's like, no.
And then everyone goes like that.
And he lets go of her. And I'm like in my joy. And she's like, oh, and she like goes like,
yep.
And I'm like,
and then Matt, and then Mom was like, but his arm was around me.
But then for future, we went to New York Comic Con, and we took a picture with.
And she said,
Bradley
no
Baker.
Force pose.
No,
right? She told us no force pose.
But she did. But we took a picture with D. Bradley Baker. That's all the clones. And also Betcha from the Bad Batch.
But that's right. That's
but
so everyone is different, right? Because it all depends on the celebrities there. So that was a team up that had the four main actors.
Also, Matt Lantern. Did the Force post, but also hold on. Mom.
Held on to Mom. Yes.
Yeah, held on to Mom.
Yeah.
I could see it right there. He still has his hair like this. Yeah.
So, and then, because there's different, right? There's different types of photos that you could do. There's different types of interactions you can do at a con. You can
do it like just that character, like just that actor, or like two actors, or like a group actors.
Right, but they have what they call a selfie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's...
I don't think New York Comic Con allows selfies for certain people.
Well, I don't think they allowed any. I don't think... I'm not sure if they allowed any this year at the table. I think it depends on the actor. It depends on the company that's putting it on. I think there's a lot of factors in that. But I know that, they had this opportunity. They had this ability that you could take a selfie at the table, because then they also have a professional photo. Right?
Yeah.
In fact, look at that. Yep. So we have it right here. This was the pose that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Right. This was the pose where we were all doing the Force, and definitely, the experience. Right. I'm in regular street clothes. I have this, Star Wars t-shirt on, and I have
Best
Dad in the Galaxy. And
Mom is wearing
a
shirt, and there's me. No, that's for the future. Every time I put my hand too high.
Yeah.
And you guys always say to put it low, and then there.
Yep.
Yeah, then we have another one back here.
I'm covering it here with my head, but behind me is all the different illustrations of her character that she plays. Again, this, you'll go and they'll be slightly different, but a lot of times they'll have sometimes the characters on there so that you know how to associate that. Oh, that's the voice actor of that, right? Especially if they're in animation.
And also for I know D. Bradley Baker and James Arnold Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
They have so many people. Not even like all their characters.
So many characters.
But there's so many characters on there. There's like not even all of the characters that they do.
I think D. Bradley Baker has recorded more than 1,000 different voices for characters. Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
I think I heard him he was, I think they were talking about him on either Pot of Rebellion or another podcast, I believe, that he has so many. So coming back to this, right? We then looked and we saw that we could get a professional photo taken, right? Mm-hmm. Which would be with a better quality camera, a nice backdrop. And
you do have to get tickets before.
Well, it's better to get tickets before. It depends on the celebrity. Sometimes they sell out. Okay. Or there are times where you could just go on, depending on the company, right? Depending on what company's putting it on, whether it's Comic Con or whether it's a fan expo or something like that. And you can go right there in that day if they're not sold out.
Yeah.
Because of timing wise, you
can
go online. I
remember we went to New York Comic Con and I wanted to take a picture with Arden Cho. That's the voice actress of Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Right.
And I'm like, can I take a photo with her?
And we ended up getting one, right?
Yeah, we ended up
we couldn't get the duo.
We couldn't get the duo.
Because that was sold out.
Yeah.
But we were able to get the single one. But so, any family that is looking to explore and experience a con for the first time, definitely, want to look up where one is close to your region.
Yeah, and maybe a smaller one.
It could be a small one.
Because I remember our first one was a big one.
Rhode Island Comic Con is it's definitely a large one.
The large
right?
One, yeah.
They're between some local smaller ones that we've gone to and big ones like New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, MegaCon down in Florida, which is actually, I think, 4 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
it's like New York Comic Con.
Those are big.
Toronto Fan Expo.
And Toronto.
That's 4 day. And usually when it's like 4 days, it means like there's a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
And you can't do it in 3 days.
Yeah.
Even regular Fan Expos or 3 day cons, they're like hard to do.
Yeah. And New York Comic Con, there's so many people that go. It's such high demand.
And there's so many
They sell
levels
out
too.
in it, like, I think hours they were sold out of tickets to get in.
Yeah.
So you pay for tickets to get in. What I would also recommend is, depending on which one you go to, look to see if they have kids special, if they have children's specials.
Yeah, some of them have like kids special days, like some of them are Sundays.
Right.
Cons.
Right. Where Sundays where a kid could be free with a paid adult. It's
usually with Fan Expos. Because I remember Chicago Fan Expo, and usually all those have it.
Right. New York Comic Con does not have it. There's no kid fair. It's you basically have to pay the same price. Yeah. But yeah, I think it all depends. It depends on the company that's putting it on.
New York Comic Con, you have, for kids, they have to have a card, so you need to wear a lanyard.
Yep, some are wristbands.
For others, there are wristbands and everything.
Okay. And so things you want to think about when going to a con, right, is there's some expenses that you have to prepare for. One is the tickets to get in.
Yeah.
Two is, who you want to get an autograph. Almost, every autograph, every celebrity, the price varies. The price is different. You'll get some people where an autograph is $50, $60, $70, maybe. And then there's others that are like hundreds of dollars.
And also, the like hard things to do is like if there's extra stuff to do, like the panels you want to get to.
So panels. So talk to me about panels, because we haven't talked about panels here.
Oh yeah.
Panels are included with the price of your admission.
The special panel.
We can talk about that in a different episode, for sure.
We're talking about panels.
Because what we're doing is we're talking about
this con
and typical experience that families that have never been to a con before.
Good point.
What we learned from our first one, and then what we've learned from others by attending others, and how they're all different. But for a family to want to, look into exploring a con, panels is part of it. So let's talk about a panel. What happens at a panel?
At a panel, there's like celebrities, and there's a moderator, which I want to be. And then you ask questions, you interact with the celebrities, and you ask like questions about the different movies or what they love about the con and everything. And also at some of the panels, when they have time, there are microphones in the area, so you actually sit down and watch it. But also, if you have a question for the celebrities, so let's say I am.
Well, let's talk about the one panel where Rosario Dawson, right? She was the one that was in the chair. She was the one that was being asked questions by the moderator.
Yeah.
Okay. They had a bit of a dialogue, right? And there were 1,000 people probably in the audience and in the seats. And like you said, there was times where there were two microphones.
Yeah.
And they were in the aisles, and they allowed people to come up, and you asked Rosario a question. And the question, you had everyone there laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And what was your question?
Hi, my name's Mackenzie. I'm Mackenzie, aka Macsrebo.
She said, "It's good to see you again."
Hi Mackenzie. It's just good to see you.
Hi Mackenzie, good to see you again.
Okay, hi Mackenzie, good to see you again. Aka Macsrebo, and my question is, how do you hear in this thing?
Because you had on this headpiece.
Yeah, the headpiece behind,
which
that
is definitely,
it's like kind of like really expensive headphones, and you can hear any noise.
Like noise canceling headphones.
Noise canceling headphones, and all I can hear is your voice. That is what it is. And you can't hear anything. You can hear a little bit, like pretend you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Talk.
So right, and you wouldn't be able to. You would.
It would. You'd be like, what?
Exactly.
What?
So,
and I'm like, what did you say? I couldn't hear you. and I would like talk really low, like, "What was that? Good idea."
Yeah. And then there was a time, right, where you asked a question, really, and she answered it, which was really cute. And then after you said thank you for answering the question, she said, great to see you. And then she moved on to someone else, right? So what panels does is it allows the actors or directors or producers, right? Because we have seen panels with uh
Like how
drawing a blank on her name.
I
Howard.
Bryce
Dallas
Howard.
Yes.
She's actually in the live action The Grinch because her dad was the director of it, and so he had his whole bunch of his family members.
Right,
and
we
also
just found
she
that
was
out,
a Who.
right? We just found out she was a Who, but she is an actor.
Yeah,
she was
she's in Jurassic Park.
All the Jurassic movies.
Not all.
Well, most of them. A lot of them. But she's also a producer.
And director.
Right, and director. So it was great because they asked a wide variety of questions.
And sometimes if there's like big celebrities, or like, I don't even think it's big celebrities. I think it's just like how big the question is. And usually like the moderator will only have like questions on a card, and they will ask those questions.
Those
not
are like,
allow the audience to ask questions.
Yes, it depends, right? So I have never seen, out of all the ones that we've gone to, where Hayden Christensen was up on the stage with all of the chairs. I've never seen them open up questions to the audience, but it would be almost an hour-long panel.
Because there's so many people that are fans.
Right.
And also
they're asking these questions, and definitely a great experience.
And also at some of the like panels, like, so there's like lines of people asking questions. And sometimes when the panel, let's say like there's a panel and it starts at this time and then it ends at this time. And so people like the moderator's like, okay, we have to wrap up. So like 2 more questions or a few more questions. And then some of the people like, oh, they just like leave.
Right, because they know that they're not going to be able to ask their questions. So again,
and that's always good to like wait the next con. Or the next panel that
if you're
they're
able
there.
to go.
And so when like, I would recommend to go online first thing. Like go online to talk.
Well, yeah, or time it, right? Or, we see some people that we see are sort of regulars with asking questions. And so when they open the doors to let the general public to come in and pick their seats, they try to pick it close to where that is, so that they don't have to go too far away from where they're sitting, because there could be some time where you're sitting, you're going to be standing up there, and that's you watching it, right? Yeah. But there could be an opportunity. But when they do open it, I would advise to try to get to that microphone, because I think it all varies. Alan Tudyk, I feel like there's a lot more people that are able to ask questions. Like they plan it so that there's a lot more interaction that way than the moderator asking questions. So that's just what I've seen. But I could be wrong. It could not be the difference, but panels are great, right? So
they're great. And also they're good if, let's say there's like a huge line to see somebody. There's like a good side and bad side to panels. Because if you're in line to see somebody and they just leave for photo ops or panels, it's going to be like, oh, come on. And they make the line longer. So they have to really get stuck there doing all these autographs and stuff. But also, it's good to have a panel so you can sit down and relax. Your legs get a break and maybe have a snack or something.
Right.
And watch.
Right.
And there's also what I was going to talk about before is it's kind of hard when you're at a con to find some place to eat, because some cons do actually like have vendors to sell food, and there's like a lot of options. Usually near a Comic Con, there's like this whole alley that has a whole bunch of like places with food, and so you can go there and like say, "Ooh, I really want blah 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 to eat today," and so there's a whole bunch of different places.
And many of these cons do not have designated seating areas for you to be able to eat. So it's typically a grab and go.
Yeah.
They'll have something, it'll be a vendor or something that will have the food and you can do. Chicago this past year, they had a lot of tables and chairs
They do.
there so that people can sit and eat. I can't say I remember that 2 years ago.
I don't remember that 2 years ago.
But I do believe that I know that they had it last year. But places like New York Comic Con, there's no, we found tables in the family area, but it was really away from the food. So it really wasn't, I don't think it was designated so much for people to eat. But anyway, but the thing with panels, coming back to panels, is they're almost always scheduled. I don't think that there's ever been an impromptu one, but leading up to the day of the cons, they usually will have the panels on a schedule, whether it's on the website or the con has, depending on the size of the con.
So that's why sometimes they have to wrap out the questions, like the moderator would like look the time.
Right, because everything is scheduled. Yes, everything is scheduled. And so it would be great, what I know what we do, right? I think Mommy does an excellent job with this. Is that she will look to see what panels are there.
She organizes everything.
Right.
And she also like checks on their websites that say, "Oh, there's going to be this panel." And she's like, "Oh, do you want to go to this panel?" And we can be like, "Yeah, sure." And so she would like make out a plan and okay. And then she's like, okay. So we will go down this way, that way, and we go to the place to see a panel. And then, but usually when we go to con, Mom has like a whole plan to do it. She's like, "Okay, we have this people to see, and then we have these things to go and everything." And like I want to say hi to some of my cosplay friends and like the Star Wars groups and some of my artist friends and say hi to them, check on how they're doing. But it's hard for my artist friends because they have like people that want to look at their stuff and buy their stuff. And it's kind of hard.
Correct. Right. So they are there. They're a vendor there. Right. They pay to be there to sell their art. Right. So we say hi and we'll catch up a little bit. But yeah. So but to your point, you have your artist, you have your 501st, your Rebel Legion, you have your Saber Guild, right? All of those different Star Wars themed groups, which have local chapters, part of a national organization. So 501st is actually international, right? We have seen people that said that they have gone to different countries.
They're from different countries too.
Exactly. And so, the 501st in particular, right? There is a New York region of the 501st. There is a New England region, which encompasses
so
like
different
parts
regions
of Connecticut and Rhode Island and Massachusetts. But there's always a lot to do and a lot to explore. And we would always recommend that if you are looking to experience your first con, take a look at the schedules. Because celebrities are not there every single day. Just because the con might be 3 days, they might not be there.
I know when we went to New York Comic Con, I also like K-pop Demon Hunter, so I wanted to see Arden Cho, that's the voice actress of Rumi, and she was only there Thursday and Friday. Now we got tickets for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so we were like, okay, we got tickets for her on Friday, and then she's not there the other days. So they could be like, actor can be there one day. It could be like any of the days or like 2 days.
Right.
But some of them are actually on all of the days.
Exactly. Yeah. So then you can plan. You can plan accordingly. We know that whenever we go to a con that Hayden Christensen's at, let's say, most often he's only there one day. And it's usually like a Saturday.
Like when we went to Chicago Film Expo, Mom got the tickets for Chicago because like you and Hayden were going to be there, and she knows that like.
And they were actually there 2 days.
Yeah, but they're never going to be there at the same con. And then another time, well, like the same time, but like a week later, Boston Fan Expo said that they were going to be there at Boston. And she's like, oh, come on. It's going to be an easier ride to Boston instead of Chicago. And so she's like, but it was good that we went to Chicago because they were there 2 days and we couldn't fit them all in one day.
Right.
Because we actually, we got Hayden's autograph and then I think we saw the panel. And then the next day we saw Ewan.
Yes. And then you
because I was Hera.
Yep.
So for cosplaying, what we do is like, okay, there's these guests. We want to meet these guests. So Ewan McGregor's wife is Mary Elizabeth, that is the actress of Hera Syndulla in the Ahsoka series. So I'm dressed as Hera when I met Ewan for Chicago Fan Expo. And then what did we do when I met Hayden?
You were the first day.
The first day I was Roomy. No,
not the day that we. I'm sorry. The first day we saw Hayden. So
first day we saw Hayden for Chicago.
Yes, you were one character, right? You were.
I thought no. I think he's the second day.
He was the second day that we were there, correct?
But the first day,
you were Roomy because you knew that you wanted to meet Mei Hung, and right. So that was sort of the priority, right? So you choreographed your outfit for that.
Because we were meeting Mei Hong, that is Mira from K-Pop Demon Hunters. So we did that. And the second day was Hayden. Why do I have a blank?
So you were young Leia.
Young Leia, that was it.
Yeah.
Wow,
so you were young Leia.
Young Leia from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series in the green outfit.
In the green outfit on the day we did the team up. Yes. Which was the first day, and we were fortunate.
Oh yeah, the team up. That's why.
That was the whole purpose of us driving all the way to Chicago. Was because it is very rare for Obi-Wan, played by Ewan McGregor, and Hayden Christensen being in the same place. You know, they have the Star Wars Celebration, which is a very massive con that is exclusive for Star Wars.
It's like always 2 years.
It's every other year, and it travels all around the world. It was Tokyo this past.
It's Japan.
It's
Tokyo, Japan.
It was in London.
London,
I believe
California.
It was California, and they're going to come back.
I think the one coming up is California.
Yeah, the one that's coming up for the 50th anniversary.
But wait, 50th?
Yeah, 77.
Wow, imagine what they're going to do for 60th. 66.
You and your 66.
What? I had a hat on before that was order 66.
But basically, but bringing us back, right? Bringing it back to the con, you know, for anyone that is exploring to go with their family, it is definitely family friendly.
And it's also good for if you have a family or you have kids, like young kids around my age. It's nice to stop by the 501st, you know, the Star Wars like characters, because it's really cool because they do this for the kids and it's really fun because they dress up and it's the coolest cosplays. And the 501st actually was in a the Mandalorian series, because Lucasfilm didn't have enough stormtroopers or enough people to dress as stormtroopers in one of the scenes, so they got the 501st. The 501st got their outfits, they dressed up in the outfits, and then they went and that's shot.
They were extras, yeah.
They were extras.
They needed to be extras.
That was really cool. I always want to join them, their group.
So anyone that wants to go to a con, that wants to bring their family, it's very family friendly. It's a great opportunity for you to see artists, to see celebrities, to look at other organizations that may be raising funds. I know there was a Ghostbusters. Almost everyone that we've gone to, there's a group that, you know, dresses as Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters group.
Right. So a whole bunch of different fandoms.
And there's also professional cosplayers that go to Comic Cons. They have their own booths. So just like what I want to be when I kind of grow up, but I still am, and the cosplayer. So you just dress up, full out, and instead of piecing things together, you like actually like sew them and make them yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you just like dress up and everything, and you made those up too. And also at some of the cons, there's a cosplay contest, and so when you make an outfit or you put together an outfit, you can go on a cosplay contest and see who wins. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
And like to see, I just do it for fun, but also I love to go to the contest to see other people's creativity and how they made those like perfect costumes from different characters. And
Mm-hmm.
also sometimes that's a cool idea to like, wow, that's really good. And wow. I remember, what was it? It was from the, we went with Abigail. And it was just you and me. That's a lot. But it was like this school, like this art school.
Yep. Art
What
school
was
in New York City.
Which one was it?
It wasn't anime.
No, it was never anime. It was fan.
I don't remember the name of it. I'm drawing a blank on it. But that also was a nice size.
That was a good
that
one.
was
But
in a
they
school.
had the costume contest. Usually there's like grown-ups cosplay contests or kids cosplay contests, but there's some that are all ages. And like in that con that we went with Abigail, there was like this seating. She was actually one of the judges.
The judges,
and so we actually had the front row seating, and we sat next to a camera person.
Yes, a photographer. Yeah. So, right now, So basically, to sum up this episode, right? Because we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
We love going to cons. We got our first experience in the I think it was October or November of 2020, and we've been going to them ever since. I think could have even been a little bit earlier in the year. But yeah, so we went to Rhode Island Comic Con, and then we started, looking at others, and
we saw that other people, like James and all those other voice actors or actors, were coming to different Comic Cons, and so we usually Fan Expos. We saw Fan Expo, and we started going into those, and more celebrities we keep seeing, different celebrities from different shows.
Yeah, one of November 6th, 2021. 2021. So it was a year and a half after COVID lockdowns that we went. Okay. So our producer, Mommy, gave us a fact check. So that's great. But for us, there's a lot of things that we enjoy going to cons. One of our big motivating drivers is the individuals that are going to be there, right? So, for instance, we love going to the Philly Fan Expo. It is a drive for us, and we have to get a hotel. It's not like we can come back, home at the end of the night. But more, I believe it was 2 years ago, right? One of the reasons why we went to the Philly Fan Expo was because Vanessa Marshall.
Oh, you could talk about that.
Well, just that Vanessa Marshall was there, and that was the first time that we were going to be able to meet her in person.
Yes.
And Vanessa Marshall is the voice actor for Harrison Dula. But we
have to talk about that in the next one.
Yeah, we definitely have to.
And also the Rebels and how we got into that, and then how we met her, and how I got dressing up.
We'll definitely get into all that. But basically, what drives us and motivates us to go to a different con is looking at the celebrities that are going to be there. Whether we've met them already, we want to see them again, or
because then if we go to a con, there's like all these different photos, and let's say there's like 2 people in the photo, like Ahsoka and Anakin,
right,
in live action, and so we have to see Hayden and we have to see Rosario in that photo.
Yeah.
Or like a poster for a movie. Like we have the Ahsoka poster. We saw a whole bunch of different people that are in that poster, so we got them to sign that.
Exactly. So who the actors that are going to be there is one of our driving factors. How many days are going to be there? We look at, how far it is, but we have now, a couple of years into it, we have we drove as far as Chicago, which took I think it's 13 hours, 13 hours straight. But we make really core memories of it, family memories of it. And then we have others that are in the Northeast that we go to, and we go to almost every single year, as long as our schedule allows. But it's it's really a great memory that we've made over the years, because each time we go has its own experience.
Yeah.
It's always been different because of the people that were there, or because we've seen the people over and over again, right? We've seen Ashley over and over again, and it's always a pleasure to see. It's always great to see her and to see, everything that she's doing and with her universe. And she's now come out with a podcast, right, called Hype Friend.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And we've, I know you've heard one or two of them. I've listened to almost every single one of them going, as I drive into work. And also
the Pot of Rebellion too.
And the Pot of Rebellion.
That has the Rebels crew. I think our next episode could be the Rebels.
I think we could talk about the Rebels, because we just recently met one of the Rebels for the very first time.
And we also met a lot of them.
Taylor Gray.
We met 4 of them.
In the past.
No, 5.
5? Yeah. Yes.
Because we met.
And we still got more to go.
What's his name that is Maul?
We still got more.
Yes. We saw what's his name that was Maul.
We'll definitely save that. We'll definitely save that for another one. But as we wrap up our second episode of Mic'd Up a Macsrebo podcast, just, we want to encourage, we think it's a great opportunity for families to enjoy themselves, whether it's a one day that they go, whether they take advantage of the 3 days or 4 days that it is.
Or just a one day too.
Because I remember we went that one day, and at the end of the day, right, the first con we went to, it was just that one day. And I remember at the end of the day, the Saber Guild or 501st said, we're doing
Saber Guild. Saber Guild. They're like,
we have Saber training.
We went to their booth.
Yeah.
Sorry if I talk a little bit.
Well, we got to wrap this up.
Yeah. Okay. But we came to their booth, and they were like, hi. And so I took photos with them and everything. And they were like, hi, do you want to, we have a lightsaber training tomorrow, or Padawan training. And I'm like, wait, there's a tomorrow?
And Mom, she looked at us and she's like, we only got one ticket one day. Why? But I would tell you that right now, here we are, when we go to a con like this, a convention,
we do like more than one day.
We go more than one day, because there is enough to happen in those days.
Yes.
There is that each day will be different. Whether it's one day you want to focus on all of the merchandise vendors that are there, or you want to look at the artists that are there,
but also,
or the celebrities. But, we definitely encourage people to go to a con. It's a great opportunity to explore the fandom, to learn more about the fandom that your kids are in, because, the companies that put these on have such a wide range of actors that they bring out there, all the way from ones that we grew up. I remember a couple of years ago, they had Lou Ferrigno there, who was the Incredible Hulk, who anyone that, like myself, that grew up in the 80s or in the 70s even, and you saw that TV show. I
remember at CradleCon that they had the...
CradleCon,
they had the...
Yep, they had Lionel, the voice of the voice actor of Lionel, and
it's Lionel.
Lionel.
You like Lionel.
Me and my trains. Right, but depending on the different con, the different the different company that puts it on, and the locations, we definitely recommend you look into it and see if that's something that you would enjoy from.
They're pretty fun. But also start from a low and then always go high, or start with a high then go low.
If that's an opportunity. But if you only can get to one, and that's the only one you can get to. So for instance, if you live in Rhode Island, and the only one you can really get to is the Rhode Island Comic Con that's in Providence.
Definitely go with that.
Definitely take a look
Always
at that.
Always go with local ones. I feel like start with local and maybe go higher from that. Or if you're going to, like, let's say you live in New York, You can go to New York Comic Con, even though it's like the biggest one.
It is big. It is very big, but we'll definitely probably we'll definitely talk about that in a recap later. But so we're gonna wrap up season episode 2.
This is season 2.
Yep. So I am Michael.
And I'm Macsrebo, or Mackenzie, or Mac. So this is Macsrebo and Macsrebo's dad, starting off from Galaxy far, far away.